we still faithful. I'ma put it all on the table. We forever faithful. Yeah, we still faithful.
Hey, welcome into Keeping the Faith. I'm JD, and it was a very, very busy day two of the NFL's legal tampering period for the San Francisco 49ers as they made several moves on Tuesday. And I just wanted to give you my quick rundown of the news of the day, give you some overarching thoughts of what the 49ers did today. Some good, some bad, some ugly. And buckle up, Niner fans, because, man, I don't know what I necessarily may have thought entering free agency, but the way things are going, uh, we might be in for a rude awakening in 2025, Niner fans. But let's get into it. Started off the morning with the news that the San Francisco 49ers placed a second round tender on running back Jordan Mason. We talked about the Jordan Mason restricted free agency move earlier in the offseason, some time ago. And the Niners went ahead and placed that second round tender on Jordan Mason. Now, what that means is that another team can come along and offer Jordan Mason a contract, and if the 49ers don't want to match it, the other team will have to give the 49ers a second round pick in return for Jordan Mason. However, if the Niners hold on to the young running back, he will be getting paid around $5 million for the upcoming season, which, yes, it's a lot for a backup running back, especially on a team where we know Kyle Shanahan loves to give Christian McCaffrey the ball as many times as he can handle. But in light of Christian McCaffrey's recent injuries, maybe keeping Mason around is not a bad idea. We saw what Mason could do in 2024. He's a guy who deserves more carries, more touches, and more of a spotlight on him. Jordan Mason is a heck of a player, and I'm not mad at the 49ers potentially keeping him around, even though the price tag's a little high. But good on the Niners there. So either they keep a good player in-house or they get a second-round pick for him. So, I'm good with it. Then we had the Niners make a few moves today that all revolved around special teams. And yes, some other people that cover the 49ers will gas them up and tell you that they're going to be in a competition for a safety spot. They're going to be, potentially a starter on the defense. Look, the guys that I'm going to talk about here are mainly depth and special teams pieces for the 49ers this year. I'll let everyone else gas them up or carry water for the 49ers and put out the 49ers narrative for them. But the Niners, they signed free agent Falcons safety Richie Grant today, as well as free agent Giants safety Jason Pinnock today. Both of those guys have struggled in coverage mightily in their careers. Look, I'm not here to disparage them, but until they show me otherwise, look, I'm considering these guys depth and special teams pieces for the 49ers and new special teams coordinator Brant Boyer. Now, Pinnock did play for Robert Saleh with the New York Jets at one time, but coming in here, both these guys, they're going to have to show me something before I'm telling you that they're part of a competition, at any spot on the defense. So take that as you will. The Niners also re-signed one of their own in linebacker Curtis Robinson. Big time special teams contributor. Curtis Robinson, great locker room guy, was the 49ers Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee in 2024. Very well liked, very well respected member of the 49ers team. He did tear his ACL last September, and he is on the mend from that. But the 49ers retain Robinson on a one-year deal. If he's healthy and he's ready to go come September, I can't be mad at it. The Niners desperately want to improve their special teams, and retaining Robinson is one way to do that. He's a good special teams player, and with Brant Boyer coming in, having coached up a very solid special teams unit over the years with the New York Jets, the moves that they made today are definitely going to go a long way to help the 49ers special teams improve, which was one of the worst in football, one of the worst that 49ers fans have ever seen in 2024. Another curious move that the 49ers made today, they released edge rusher Leonard Floyd. Now, he had 8.5 sacks, was second on the team in sacks a season ago. And when the news came down that they were releasing Leonard Floyd, everyone kind of thought, myself included, that this was alluding to a second move that was to come on Tuesday. And we'll get to that in a moment. But the 49ers release Leonard Floyd. That brings on an $8.6 million dead cap hit. And by all accounts, by all the calculations, the 49ers are looking at like $85 million in dead cap moving forward, which is absolutely insane, astronomical. And it seems like they want to spend their money clearing out bad contracts, clearing out as much future cap space as possible by, compiling all the dead money that is humanly possible. I wonder if it's going to be an NFL record in terms of dead cap in a season at some point here for the 49ers. But they released Leonard Floyd, who was a decently productive player for the 49ers in 2024. And now that leaves their defensive line less than thin, less than barren. I mean, they have Nick Bosa and a couple warm bodies on the defensive line right now. So the 49ers have their work cut out for them moving forward. Fortunately, there are some guys still remaining in free agency that interest me and others. I like Azeez Ojulari from the New York Giants as a name. And of course, the upcoming NFL draft is stocked full of defensive linemen for the 49ers. So there's some replacements out there, some guys that can come in and fill those roles admirably for the 49ers, but they need to get busy on that defensive line. I mean, if you're Robert Saleh and you take this defensive coordinator gig with the 49ers, I can't imagine he thought this is what he was going to get coming back to San Francisco, but he's got his work cut out for him. He's going to have to coach up this defense, and that's what they brought him back for. So, Robert, good luck to you. You're man, like I said, you got your work cut out for you at this point. But the Niners also got some good news on Tuesday as they were awarded 4 compensatory picks in the upcoming 2025 NFL Draft. Round 3, pick 100 overall. Round 4, pick 138 overall. Round 7, pick 249 overall. And round 7, pick 252. That brings the 49ers total of draft picks up to 11 in the upcoming NFL Draft. And that was the maximum allotment of compensatory picks allowed to any team in the NFL with 4. So hopefully the Niners can do their magic and find some mid to late round gems, as they have done several times during the tenure of Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. Now, there was a move that the 49ers made today that I actually like, but there's also a part of it that just, it's so on brand with the offseason the 49ers are having. So we got news today that the 49ers signed former Los Angeles Rams, former Baltimore Ravens, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Demarcus Robinson to a 2-year, $9.5 million deal with $6 million fully guaranteed. I like Demarcus Robinson. He has been an explosive player. He's been a playmaker, a deep threat. He gains a ton of separation. He's an athlete. He's a very explosive wide receiver, and that's sorely lacking on the 49ers. So I like the fit. I like the move. I mean, he's coming from the Rams with Sean McVay, so he's going to be familiar with the verbiage, with the offense and everything. On the surface, I love the move, right? With Brandon Ayuk on the mend from his torn ACL and all the other ligaments in his knee that blew up last year. You figure Demarcus Robinson is going to help fill the void until Brandon Ayuk is able to return. That is, if they don't trade him. But I like the move, Demarcus Robinson bringing him in. I think it's going to be great for Brock Purdy. Robinson, like I said, is a guy that can gain a ton of separation. He's an explosive player. He brings skills to this team that they don't have currently. So I like the move there. But the issue, you want him to come in and help, fill the void of Brandon Ayuk's absence. Well, Demarcus Robinson was arrested for a DUI back in November and potentially faces some consequences from the NFL, potential suspension looming for Demarcus Robinson early on in the 2025 NFL season. But my thinking is if the 49ers went through and signed him knowing that they would need someone that would be available to play week one, maybe they got some reassurances from the NFL that no punishment is going to be handed down by the league, but we'll see. Oh, but overall, I give the 49ers props for this move. I like the signing of Demarcus Robinson. He's 30 years old. In 2024, he had 31 receptions, 505 yards, and 7 touchdowns. I mean, he gotta love cars driving by making a ton of noise while you're making a video, right? Demarcus Robinson is an explosive player. He's a deep threat, and I'm looking forward to seeing that element brought back into the 49ers offense going into 2025 with Demarcus Robinson on the roster. Now, the last move that I want to discuss, we alluded to it earlier when I was talking about the dismissal, the release of Leonard Floyd. When the Niners made that move, everyone thought that meant a corresponding announcement would be coming in short order that the 49ers would be signing Joey Bosa, right? Nope. After all the talk, after all of the speculation, all of the assumption that defensive end Joey Bosa, formerly of the Los Angeles Chargers, would be coming to San Francisco to play with his brother, he decides to go to the Buffalo Bills for a one-year deal, $12.6 million. The 49ers lose out on the Joey Bosa sweepstakes after all the speculation, all the rumors, all the talk. You had guys like Matt Mayoko and Tim Kawakami basically telling you, hey, I really think this is going to get done. Hey, if Joey Bosa isn't a 49er, I'm going to be very, very shocked, right? Well, here we are, 49ers fans. It's a sign of the times as Joey Bosa elects to sign with a Super Bowl contender in the Buffalo Bills as opposed to a team in the San Francisco 49ers who are clearly, at the very least, retooling. Others would say rebuilding, resetting, restarting, whatever terminology you want to give it. The 49ers were not selected by Joey Bosa. He wants to go and play for a Super Bowl, and he also got more money from the Buffalo Bills than what was reported the 49ers were offering, which was just under $10 million, according to Mike Silver. So that stings. That sucks. Now what are the Niners going to do? It felt like they were putting all their pass rush eggs in the Joey Bosa basket, and now that's all over with. But like I mentioned, there are still a few pass rushers in free agency available that interest me. Fortunately, the upcoming 2025 NFL draft is chock full of defensive linemen, so the Niners definitely have some homework to do. But at least they know what they have to do at this point. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it. You need to go and get some defensive linemen pronto, and it sucks. It sucks that Joey Bosa didn't get signed. This team needs the help. But, on the other hand, I do understand the 49ers' apprehension to want to increase their offer to Bosa and make his decision easier. Bosa's a guy who's dealt with a ton of injuries in his career and, has missed a ton of games since 2021. And so maybe the Niners didn't want to give him a good chunk of change, knowing his injury history and whatnot. But there you have it, faithful. That was a not-so-quick rundown of all the news of the day. What a day. I mean, once we get through free agency, I'll kind of give more of a general thought on where I think the 49ers are at. A lot of people are panicking. A lot of people are, just ready to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't know if I'm there quite yet, but, I got the car warmed up. I don't know. I got the car warmed up. We'll see. But, all right, faithful. I will be back with any more news that comes down. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Try not to think about, what's going on too much, but I'll catch you guys soon.